Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I want to specially welcome you to this series every designer should know. This is video number 1, and today we're going to be covering how you can document your design like a pro. Here you see we have the moment, and you can as well export this as an image and it will go with all this designs. Here you notice we have just some comments here, which is part of the plugins we're going to cover for this. And if you notice here, I have some color palettes that have been generated from this two color palette. This we're also going to cover how you can create shades for your design. And then the last one here, it's the typeface generator. Here I'm going to show you how you can use a plugin to generate type skills for your design. If you're new to my channel and you want to keep in touch with this new and exciting series, kindly hit the subscribe button. Let's get into it. Get started. I'm going to be using this card. It was built using an auto layout. It has an image section and then this text section here, and there's a spacing between them. I'm going to select the resources icon and go to plugin. So now we're going to search for design doc, and once you get this option here, let's open this together. So once you open this, we have this interface. So I'm going to select this my item here. We can document the length, the spacing of this card. For auto layout, we have some advantages like this. Now I can select this and it's going to give me the height of the two children that's of this auto layout. That means the image is having this height and then this is also having this height. These are the text section. What if you want to now get the spacing between these two items? You want to document that. We can use this here, and if I go to this side, it's going to do this here. We have the 16. I can as well click this if I want the documentation on both sides. You see we have this as well, and you can also select this. Now it's just going to give you the width of this. Well, most of the time I don't do that because the width top and bottom, it's the same. So we can just select one side and then do the whole documentation. So basically now if you select this, you can play with this around. You can just try to create your things and do the measurement. Let's try something here. Let's say I have a frame here. I'll press F on my keyboard. I'm creating a frame. So inside this frame, I'm going to create a rectangle. So this time I'll press R and then just drag to create a rectangle. Let's try to do the measurement with this item. You see some of these features, like I mentioned earlier, disappeared for a frame. I can just select this here and you see we have the height of this. And for the child inside, we can also do the documentation for this. I can select this. You see we have our spacing, and I'll select this here. You see it has selected this spacing for us. If I want to do the measurement of this manually, what I can do is go to component here, and I can drag any of this component. Let's say I want to use this red or pink or the blue. Now once I bring this here, I'm going to drag this. Let me zoom in here. We can work with this in such a way that I'm going to take the measurement manually using this section here. I can come in here and try to increase this item. You see the more you increase this, the space keeps reading, and if you try to reduce it, it's going to actually reduce. So that means you can create this spacing manually within these components here. And since this is we're creating this for documentation, you also have some components that you can use here. Let's say the annotation for the link, I can select this here, and let's say if I just want to give them a reference or give the developers reference, here we can just type the link. Let's say whatever website, www.facebook.com. Here, that's the link. And if you have a note to keep or to explain anything there, you can just select this, just drag this and then drop this somewhere here, and you can add notes for the developers. Let's say here sizes of buttons, something like that, and you just keep this here, so you don't have to create any of this. We have this out of the box from this now, and from this you can also check what you want. If you don't want spacing, you can check them out. If the anatomy, you can do that, and the rest. Let's move on to the next plugin for the day. So we're going to look at tint. Let's say we are working on a project and we have a primary color and we want to create the shades of the primary color. So let's press R on my keyboard. I want to create maybe a primary color, and I can come in here and select this section. Yours can be anything, just the primary color. So I'm just trying to pick a primary color for my design. You can just try to get the best color you want or anything you want here. You can just adjust that properly till you select something reasonable. So let's say this is my primary color and I want to create different shades of this. We have a plugin that will assist you to generate shades for this. Now let's go back to the plugins. This time we're going to search for tint and shade. So we have this here. This is what we want to use. So I'm going to select this. So make sure you're selecting the rectangle. So you see create from selected rectangle. If I select this now, it's going to try to generate palettes for that particular color with our base color here at the center, and we have the lighter ones going up and we have this other one going down. Yes, you can try that with any color of your choice. Let's create another rectangle. Okay, I'll just press V on my keyboard to select this, and let's say Command D to duplicate, or Control D. Let's try to create another shade. Let's say we are working with a dark color. I'll just go with 1C, 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 and we have this. So we're going to use the same plugin, that's shades and tint. I'll select this. Once you select this, it will ask you, make sure you're selecting a rectangle. So if I click on create this, it's going to generate this palette for me, and it's very easy. By the time you try to, let's say, add a frame, let's say we are want to create a mobile screen, I'll make sure that this is white, and we can just play around, press R on my keyboard to drag something here, and I can use I to select maybe this lightest one, then Command D, drag that down here, and we can pick the base color for this, and you see they just blend perfectly. You see we have these two items here. So this is the second plugin of the day. This is going to be a series that I'll be creating. The series will be titled Every Designer Should Know. So if you want to see more of this, please hit the subscribe button so you get notified when I release a video. So the last thing on our list here, it's called the type skills. So I'm going to click this again. So this time it's going to be type skill. So we're using this second option. So I'm going to click this. I just like how this generates its fonts. So once you open this, you see we have fonts here, different fonts. Let's say you're working on a project and you want to create your typefaces or type skills. So here we have different settings here. You can try to adjust them. I can even go, let's say we want to increase this. And here we also have the skills. You can go measure, and it's going to reduce this, and I can even go as far as -second. It's going to reduce this. So once you're okay with your font, let's say if you're working on, or if you're building a website that's a desktop version, I can go as far as this, and let me increase this scale here. I can go maybe 1.2, then I'll have to reduce this scale here. So I'll drop this down. Let's say I just want like just 8 of this. So it's going to generate all of this for me with all the sizes, and then MPX. Then once you click on generate here, it will generate this for you, and you can just easily add this to your design files. If I want to add this now, you see it comes with its own style and the rest. So you can just select this and then, click on this, it comes with its own style. So all we need to do is just add the name. If you check more options to see the property, you see all the properties that are here. Automatically we can just add them to our local style, and you can modify them, and everything is completely documented. I'm going to be releasing at least a video a week on this series titled Every Designer Should Know. Now, before we round up, let me show you how you can export this, because it can be a little bit tricky since most of the collections or items here are locked. So if you select this, you notice that if I should select this item here, I have a container, and then this container, all the items here, you notice they are locked. So now, if I want to now achieve that for this particular item here, all we need to do, I'll just drag this and then drop it somewhere here that's inside this container. So our frame must be inside the container itself. I'll make sure that it's outside this frame that is hidden. I'll just drag it somewhere at the top here. Now we have this, and then it's inside this frame. We can drag this as well, drag it somewhere here, and then drop this. So if I should select this container and export it, you see it's going to export these two items. So let's try to export this as PNG, and I'm going to save that. And so once it is saved, I can go back to my desktop, and you see we have that saved here as an image with all the measurement we've saved earlier. This brings us to the end of this series, so do well to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.